guys, it's CBD Gamer Girl here. Welcome back to my channel. So recently I made a video of what your Baldur's Gate 3 romance says about you. So basically my personality analysis of you based on your favorite romance in the game. And after I made that video, there was like a couple comments about some other NPCs. So this is my part 2 for some NPCs and some non-romanceable companions that I didn't include last time, and what it says about you if you wanted to romance these characters. Before we get started, I'm gonna go make a quick coffee because I'm so tired today. I don't know why I'm so tired today, but I'm also so excited to film this video. Okay, so let's start with the Emperor. I know the Emperor is not people's favorite and everybody hates him for the most part, and there's a real Emperor hate train, and I totally understand, okay? I totally understand because he is a master manipulator, but there is a small little audience of us that actually do still like the Emperor and do go through with his romance and get that mind-blown achievement. I am one of those people. I think if you want to romance the Emperor and you do choose to pursue a relationship with him, it means that you ignore red flags 100%. Red flags will be waving right in your face and you will absolutely ignore them. You are the kind of person who you know that you're being manipulated, but you still don't care because being with that person is still worth it to you. You're one of those people that says, okay, I might be getting manipulated, but at least he's manipulating me. I also think that you're open-minded because, you know, the Emperor kind of lies about his whole identity in the beginning, obviously, and is disguised as your guardian, and then he reveals himself to be a mind flayer. So if his tentacle form didn't freak you out, like, you're definitely open-minded. And you'll also give people another chance or another 100 chances, whether they deserve it or not. Okay, now let's talk about Jaheira. I feel like if you wanted to romance Jaheira, you probably like the mature, older type. You're definitely not into immature relationships. Like, you're looking for emotional stability over something like a volatile, toxic situationship. I also think that you probably are really attached to family values because Jaheira does talk a lot about her family and she seems to have a lot of love for them. You might have a little bit of mommy issues because I feel like Jaheira is kind of maternal, and maybe that's what you like about her. Jaheira is also pretty quick-witted and she's kind of funny, so you probably don't take yourself too seriously. And you like someone to be protective of you in intense emotional situations. Now let's talk about Raphael and Harlip. I feel like they're different, but they're also kind of the same thing, so I'm just going to talk about them together. I feel like if you like Raphael, you definitely like dark romance. I mean, his whole deal with the devil thing is very dark romance coded. I also think that you have a tendency to want to lose yourself in physical temptations, because the whole scene with Harlip when he asks you to sleep with him in exchange for information, there's literally nothing emotional about that. Like, it's all physical. It's just a transaction also to him. So I feel like if you went for that, you wanted just the physical aspect of it, and pretty much all the companions disapprove of that choice. So you going against them just shows that you're ready to kind of sacrifice everything for physical things sometimes. I feel like you're also the kind of person who doesn't put a lot of pressure on your partner because they're very clear that Raphael's performance is not that great in the bedroom. So if you still like to romance him despite that little tidbit of information, you're probably not very particular when it comes to that. Now let's talk about Karnas. You know, initially I thought this was a really weird one, but like, I don't know, I can kind of see the appeal, to be honest. I think if you like Karnas, you're a dark romance lover 100%. I think you're the kind of person who likes to lose yourself in fantasies and you like to daydream. like you imagine yourself in a romantasy type of world sometimes. You probably really like reading as well, and movies, and just losing yourself in alternate realities. And I also think you're probably a quiet person, and like looking at you, you wouldn't be able to tell that you have a freaky side, but you definitely do. Okay, now let's talk about Rolan. Honestly, Rolan has a lot of character development over the course of the game if you pay attention to his storyline. So if you like Rolan, I think you enjoy bringing people out of their shells. Like, you don't really judge people straight away. You kind of like to get to know them and try to help them out and get closer to them. I think you appreciate dedication and loyalty. Rolan is very loyal to his family, basically, so I feel like if you like Rolan, you definitely appreciate that. And it's very rewarding if Rolan ends up, coming around to you. So I feel like you are willing to wait for love, and you're willing to wait for a person to open up to you. You don't expect everything from them right away. I also think you might be an enjoyer of enemies to lovers, because he does kind of give that vibe because of how aggressive and abrasive he is in the beginning compared to how soft he can be near the end. If you do everything correctly, that is. Now let's talk about Zevlor. I feel like Zevlor is an underrated character, but I might be a little biased because I've really liked him from the beginning. I don't really know why. There's just something so attractive about him. I think if you enjoy Zevlor, I think you like helping people, because from the very beginning of the game, he kind of is desperate for your help, and he kind of wants you to do whatever it takes to help him out. He also is like a really good leader, I feel like, so you might like someone who has leadership qualities in them. You're also very forgiving, because in Act 2, he does admit to you that he was kind of infiltrated by the Absolute, and that's what kind of was making him surrender when the refugees were under attack. So I think that you have to have an open mind and be forgiving in order to see his point of view around that. And Zevlor gives me very friends to lovers type of vibe, so I think that's a trope that you enjoy if you wanted to romance Zevlor. Now let's talk about Mizora. Okay, Mizora is literally the embodiment of temptation and desire. I feel like if you do end up romancing her, it means that you find it difficult to resist bad temptations. Because, obviously she has a really negative effect on Will, and she's very manipulative with Will. I also think if you romance Mizora, you like living on the edge, because she does say that she'll give you pleasure in a way that you've never experienced it before. So, like, wanting to see what that is, I think, embodies wanting to live on the edge. If you like Mizora, I feel like you also prioritize situationships or one-night stands or flings over long-term relationships, because Mizora is very short-lived in the game. Like, even if you do end up romancing her, it's not really a romance. It's more of just like a one-night affair, basically, that leaves everybody pissed off at you. I also think that if you romance Mizora, you probably don't really care what others think and will make what choices you feel are best for yourself. Because I know the Mizora romance does make almost everybody upset, like all of the companions, if you're romancing them or even if you're not romancing them. So I think being able to make that choice despite knowing what the backlash will be from the other companions means you're pretty confident in making your own decisions and don't care what others think. Okay, now let's talk about Minsc. I think if you have a desire to romance Minsc, you probably don't take yourself too seriously. You want a fun, more childish type of love, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in like, you don't want something very serious. You just want a romance in which you can have fun with each other. And I think if you enjoy Minsc, you probably also are the type to make a lot of out-of-pocket jokes. I don't know why, I just feel like he strikes me as that type of character that, like, if you want to be with him, you're also the type to, like, really joke around a lot. Okay, now let's talk about Orin. You need therapy. I think if you are interested in romancing Orin, you probably really thrive on chaos. You totally give me kind of man-eater vibes. I think you are the type who wants to get revenge, and you prioritize revenge over protecting your peace. I think you're also probably a very jealous person. And I think you're more extroverted, and I get kind of party girl or party boy vibes from if you want to romance Orin, just because she's such a extreme character to like, that I feel like in order to feel connected to her in some way, you also have to have a pretty like extravagant personality. I don't know if extravagant is the right word, but just like really chaotic and outgoing. Now let's talk about Gortash. Gortash also gives that you enjoy dark romance. I don't know, he just seems like the kind of character someone would like if you like dark romance. I think with Gortash, you also want your relationship to be a partners in crime type of vibe, because I think with Gortash, a lot of the appeal is that he wants to dominate the world, but with you at his side. So partners in crime is like the perfect embodiment of Gortash. I think you also want someone that trusts you but nobody else, so someone that has a soft spot for you but is mean to everyone else. I think you enjoy that trope if you like Gortash. And you also seem like the kind of person that your friends will be telling you, this person is bad for you, but you're gonna continue seeing that person because your friends don't know him like you do, right? That's the kind of vibe I get from Gortash enjoyers. I think that's all the NPCs I want to cover. If there's more that you want me to do, definitely let me know in the comments. And this was just for fun. Honestly, I love all of these characters, and there's a little part of me that finds all of them kind of attractive in their own way. And I am an enjoyer of all types of romances, so I don't really judge anyone for any of these. Like, I don't think I would ever judge anyone on anything because I like, you know, Ghostface and Michael Myers and stuff. So these are totally fine for me. It would be cool, you know, to be able to have these romances as a part of the actual game. Like, I know there's mods that let you pretty much romance anyone these days. I might have to try some of those out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, if you want to see more things like this, and drop any ideas down below. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.